持ってんのか個性をよ。使ってこいや。俺の方が上だからよ。
やるなら全力だ。
Katsuki Bakugo is the first character we'll be covering from the second DLC character pack. Bakugo focuses on being in close range at all times to get the most out of his abilities. He can get in, extend combos, and rack up high amounts of damage with ease. Bakugo appears as a secondary protagonist in the My Hero Academia anime and manga series. In a world full of superheroes and villains with their own biological powers known as quirks, Bakugo strives to surpass All Might and become the #1 hero. Whilst Bakugo is crude, arrogant, brash and aggressive, he does mean well and he really is a hero at heart. This aggression and hard-headedness is reflected well in his gameplay, focusing on rushing down the opponent with an endless flurry of explosive attacks and causing devastating damage. Bakugo's first ability is called AP Shot Autocannon. Bakugo concentrates on an explosion in the palm of his hand and fires it forward in an uncontrolled burst. This is a multi-hitting projectile attack. It lasts a while and cannot be cancelled, so if Bakugo misses, he is wide open to be attacked. Each AP shot knocks the enemy slightly backwards, which can move them out of range if you only hit them on the edge of the burst. Also, as this ability is hitting the opponent, they are knocked up into the air bit by bit. Landing all hits of this attack will ensure that they get the maximum knock-up distance, so using this ability in closer ranges is best for getting the most value. The higher up you knock the enemy, the more options that Bakugo will have following it, which we'll go more into depth on later. AP Shot Autocannon costs 1 ability bar to use, so it's very efficient and convenient. Bakugo's second ability is called Burst Speed. Bakugo uses an explosion from both hands to propel himself forwards. When he connects with the enemy, he will use another explosion to attack them and send them flying away. If you hold down on the movement stick whilst Bakugo is channeling this ability, it will change his trajectory, making him fly forwards and upwards. This is effective for catching airborne opponents and can allow for a follow-up combo whilst in the air. Again, this ability costs 1 bar to use, so it's very efficient. Depending on how burst speed is used, you can end or begin combos with it, as well as creating space or closing in on your opponent. Always be considerate of how you want to use this ability, it's very versatile. Bakugo's third ability is called Stun Grenade. This is a 2-hit super attack. Bakugo attacks on the spot with a stunning flash. This initial attack can guard break opponents as well as removing all of their mobility. If the first attack lands, the second one is guaranteed. This second attack is a large explosion, dealing massive damage and preventing the opponent from recovering their mobility for about 15 seconds. This ability has extremely short range, so it's important to learn this and know which attacks can combo into it. Practice will be required. Also, the ability has a very long recovery, so if you miss it, you'll be wide open for the opponent to punish. Also, the ability costs 3 bars of energy to use, and the startup is interruptible, so it's a very high risk, high reward ability. Despite this, the payoff is huge. Being able to pressure the opponent when they have no mobility for so long is priceless. Practicing this ability to land it consistently will make Bakugo feel extremely overpowered. Bakugo's awakened ability is called Howitzer Impact. Bakugo uses 2 explosions to dash quickly forward, although the distance is only about mid-range. When he connects with the opponent, he'll fly into the air, building up speed and momentum before striking the opponent with a massive explosion, dealing a large portion of damage and sending the opponent flying. This awakened ability doesn't reset the positions of Bakugo and his opponent, so it's easy to land, especially in combos and situations where he has a short window to punish or confirm. Howitzer Impact can very easily land after landing a full AP shot. It can also land after burst speed as long as an assist is used. Bakugo recovers much faster than his opponent, so using this time to rush the opponent again or charge energy is important. When you call upon Bakugo as an assist, he uses his AP Shot Autocannon ability. This is his first one. I found this to be quite an effective assist for extending combos and confirming into supers and awakened abilities. The opponent being knocked up is a great way for you to set up a follow-up combo, and the stun they experience when landing on the floor can allow for an instant follow-up. This assist is easy to use and has a lot of potential. I like to use it to easily confirm into awakened abilities. Bakugo's adaptation from anime to Jump Force has been done perfectly. On the surface, he can appear as an extremely easy character, just running towards his opponent without a care in the world. However, Bakugo players will find that they need to consider their choices and what moves to use, as he's very punishable in a lot of them. This gives him the traits for Glass Cannon, being able to easily confirm high amounts of damage, but is prone to equally devastating attacks if used incorrectly. With Bakugo, I recommend using every safe opportunity you get to charge energy, using assists to keep the opponent away. This is because having access to your stun grenade ability increases your threat level. Setting the tone with early aggression using AP shot and burst speed is a good way to ensure the opponent approaches you carefully, allowing you to charge more energy. Once you have 4 or 5 bars of energy, you can be as flexible as you like with your combos. All 3 of Bakugo's abilities have their own uses for different situations, so it's important to know when to choose more damage, utility, and efficiency over other things. Bakugo is an excellent addition to the Jump Force roster and a fairly easy recommendation. His advanced combos aren't as difficult or mechanically taxing as other characters, so he's not too challenging. Playing Bakugo well is all about knowing when to use certain abilities and keeping an eye on how much energy you're consuming, as you may need different utility for different circumstances. Using Stun Grenade correctly will make Bakugo seem like an unbeatable force on the battlefield, as he can easily dictate the flow of the fight with this one ability. Bakugo has the potential to confirm good damage whether he's using short or long combos, so he's really flexible and consistent for everyone. Guys, this has been the character overview for Katsuki Bakugo. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.
虚実を切り裂いて争点を仰いで飛び立った魂へ後悔もいやもなく必然断ち切りにはまぶしすぎた未来へ追っかけ